If ever had shawarma, chances are you've savored Toum, the quintessential garlic sauce that elevates the flavors of such Middle Eastern wraps. Today, I'll guide you through how to make this enchanting sauce in your own kitchen with various tools. Let's begin with the start ingredient, garlic. Here I have 3 varieties, a singular-clove garlic, the familiar purple garlic, and white garlic. Feel free to use whichever type you have on hand, but do note that the intensity of garlic flavor increases from right to left. We'll start with a singular-clove garlic. Begin by scrubbing off the outer layer to rid it of any dirt. Then use a knife and carefully peel away the inner skin. Trim off the root end. Slice the garlic in half and remove the inner germ, which tends to impart bitterness. Next, cut the cloves in another half to facilitate processing. Since I'm opting for a smaller batch, I'm using the 3-cup capacity bowl for my food processor. I've decided to start with 3 halves garlic, along with a pinch of sea salt. After securing the lid, I pause the processor a few times before letting it run for a few seconds. But the mixture hasn't quite reached the desired consistency. It's become evident that the batch is too small to effectively engage with the blade. So I add another 3 halves of garlic, but still the batch falls short of ideal. After several attempts, I decide to add yet another 3 halves of garlic, along with a bit more sea salt. This is the max I'd add to the bowl to ensure there's enough room for the final sauce. From here on, I'll simply scrape down the sides, pause the machine for a few seconds, then scrape again and repeat. It's admittedly the most tedious part, but with each repetition, the garlic does become finer, so you just need to be infinitely patient. After about 20 repetitions, the garlic has formed a fine enough paste, and at this point, I've run out of patience, so I'm ready to move on to the next step. Now with the machine running, slowly add a few drops of fresh lemon juice, followed by 3 to 4 times the amount of neutral flavored vegetable oil. As you repeat this process a few times, gradually increase the amounts of lemon juice and oil until all of them have been added. Garlic acts as a neutral emulsifier, containing certain protein that binds oil and water, helping them to blend seamlessly. This is why the sauce won't thin out with additional liquid. Instead, you'll notice it become thicker and thicker almost immediately. Additionally, due to the incorporation of air during mixing, the color of the sauce turns white and its volume noticeably increases. From the 9 heads of singular-clove garlic, you'll yield about 2 cups of Toum. Garlic is almost pungent right after it's cut, but its potency decreases after it's been exposed to air for a while. If you don't plan to use it immediately, transfer it to a bowl or jar, seal the lid, and store in the refrigerator for a couple of weeks. If you're using regular garlic for the same quantity, use 3 heads of medium-sized garlic. Begin by rubbing off dry outer skin, then crush cloves with your hands. Most of them will separate easily. Place them in a large metal basin, cover with another one, and vigorously shake, and voila, about a quarter of cloves will have been peeled. If you're wondering if this technique makes peeling cloves easier, it does, but it took me 4 rounds to peel them all. However, the effort's worth it. Now take a paring knife and remove the root end, then cut it in half and remove the germ. If you don't want to bother with the step, feel free to skip it. It'll save you some time. Usually my ingredients, but at the ballpark, you'll need around 1.5 to 2 cups of vegetable oil, approximately 2 small-sized lemon juice, and about a half teaspoon of sea salt. Using blender is quite different from using food processor. Note that mine is 8-cup powerful stationary machine with a minimum required volume 1 cup. If you are smaller or less powerful, the process may vary. With this amount of garlic, there might not be enough content in contact with the blade, which can cause air to spin, so be sure to scrape down sides constantly after each blending cycle. After a few repetitions, the garlic will begin to form a paste. Now you can start by adding a small amount of lemon juice, running the machine, scraping down the sides, then adding a bit of oil, running the machine again, and scraping down the sides once more. After a few repetitions, the mixture will begin to emulsify and thicken. Once it reaches this stage, you can gradually add small amounts of lemon juice and oil simultaneously, blending for several seconds after each addition. Simply repeat this process until you achieve the desired consistency. If by chance you've lost your patience and ended up with a soupy mixture, don't worry, here's how to fix it. First, check temperature to ensure the mixture isn't overheated from the machine. Then crack in 1 large egg white. Use pasteurized egg if you're concerned about salmonella, and run the machine for 10 seconds. Now witness the magic. The soupy mixture has transformed into thick paste. To ensure success, make sure that the mixture was homogeneous and not already separated before applying this trick. From now on, you can start alternating between adding remaining lemon juice and oil to the mixture with the machine running. I recommend leaving behind about 1/3 of liquid for this final step. Alternatively, you may try adding the egg white at the end to see if it achieves the desired consistency, although I haven't personally tested this method. Anyway, the end result should be delightfully thick and smooth. Personally, I prefer this version over the one made with a food processor. Now let's compare two versions. This is a food processor version, and this is the blender version. The food processor version appears grainy, while the blender version is silky. Now take a closer look. You can see that the food processor version is thinner. I assume you could improve it by increasing the garlic or reducing the liquid when using the food processor. If you have neither machine to process garlic, you can use a grater like this one, or simply use a knife. Start with 3 cloves garlic, roughly mince them, then add a pinch of sea salt and continue mincing. Next, use a blade of knife to crush garlic while simultaneously use a tip of knife to further mince it. As the garlic spreads out thinner, the paste becomes finer. Stop the process when you're satisfied with the texture. Then transfer the paste to a small bowl and grab a rolling pin. Begin by alternately adding lemon juice and oil, mixing thoroughly after each addition. The mixture will gradually become homogeneous. This version won't incorporate as much air, so it won't be fluffy. In my experience, the paste reaches its peak when adding 2 parts of oil to 1 part of garlic. Beyond that point, it starts to thin out. This is what it looks like after adding 3 parts of oil. You can decide when to stop based on your preference. Spread Toum on some homemade lavash, then layer on some lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, and rotisserie chicken. Roll it up and you've got yourself a chicken shawarma. Or you can make tuna sauce by coarsely mashing 3 hard-boiled eggs with a fork. Then add 3 to 4 tablespoons of tuna and mix well. Follow with 1 heaping tablespoon of well-drained canned tuna. Mix in thoroughly. Adjust the salt to taste. This can be enjoyed as dip or spread in a wrap. Add tomatoes, pickles, canned tuna, a dollop of jalapeno sauce for a kick, and some lettuce. Roll it up for a delicious tuna wrap or use it as sandwich spread. For those who love garlic flavor, spread a generous amount on bread dough, add toasted pine nuts and plenty of cheese. Roll it up, shape, bake, and enjoy your garlicky bread. At the very least, simply serve Toum as a sauce for dinner. Alright, that's all for today. Take care and see you next time.